guys? Another Foo-ology podcast. I'm here with the homie Eddie, and we got a special guest. Out here.
I'm so worthless.
What's your guest in the building, bro?
Yeah.
I might be special needs. I'm autistic. I'm definitely autistic, but I don't know. Yeah.
Oh shit! And we came across you at shout out to the homie Danny and Cisco, bro, because they invited us to a wax event, and then I remember I seen your face there, and I'm like, damn, this guy has a unique look.
Yeah.
And then for some reason you came across the algorithm after that, and then I'm like, oh shit.
You manifested me, bro. You saw my face and just manifested into the algorithm.
I see you, and I see you're a singer and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, damn, we gotta tap in with this guy. And then, so you say you grew up in OC, or?
Yeah, I was adopted from Texas, lived in Connecticut randomly until I was 3. Then when my adoptive parents got divorced, my mom moved us out to Orange County. Grew up there, spent like the last year and a half out in Texas, and then I moved back here in February, and just been trying to figure out life, slowly.
Yeah.
So you got an interesting background. Sounds like you've been bouncing around a lot.
Yeah, just like recently, cause like I was like living out here like my whole like when I was like 3 until about like 22-ish. I'm trying to think. Yeah, like 22-ish. And then like I moved out to Texas. It was fucked. So this is how the story went. I went out there because me and my ex, we were like seeing each other. I'd fly out there for like a week or a little bit, I'd go back. And then one time I was like, I'm gonna go out there for a month. So I drive out there with like a month worth of stuff, like all my favorite clothes and everything for like, I was supposed to be there for a month. Shit goes really bad. We end up having to get our own spot together. And then, yeah, I got stuck there for like a whole year and a half after that with a month's worth of clothes. And then like all the money that I had saved up was like gone within like, I didn't know what it was like to live on my own. Damn. Dude, I thought it was gonna be easy. My mom always warned me when I was younger that I better make a bunch of money if I want to support the lifestyle I like. And I was like, bet, I tried. And then I thought I had a bunch of money saved up, dude, like rent, like getting a house. I had like a shitbox house. It was like $1,000 a month out in Texas. But like getting the down payment and like all the bills and everything to buy, dude, I was broke within like the first couple months, like broke as shit. Like I had to do like Uber Eats and Instacart and run up money like that, like all day, just to like not have money. Cause I would like work all day, like 8 hours every day, like doing that. And then like by the time rent comes and everything and all the bills, like broke.
Yeah, dude. They got everybody twisted out here, bro. Especially Orange County. Orange County ain't cheap, bro.
Yeah, no, because like I grew up with my mom and like I had to like make my own money, but like when I used to make my own money, it's like if I wasn't really paying rent and stuff like that, So like I didn't realize the how grateful I should have been,
Yeah, and you're a young dude. You're like what, 24, right? Young.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't be moving out, bro. Like nowadays, a lot of people don't be, and I did for a little bit. I was like, I need to spend like a few more months getting back on my feet and like figuring out life and then find a spot,
Yeah, for sure.
I cannot live with a girl. Living with a girl is the biggest mistake I made in my life. Like, I feel like anybody, like any man that's ever lived with a girl for like an extended period of time will like agree that like living with a girl is not fun, bro. It's like miserable.
It is. It's kind of like heaven and hell.
I think that's for sure true.
Yeah, because I've been there too with the relationship.
How did that go?
It was heaven and hell. It was fun. It was fun it has its own ways, but yeah, definitely you're right. It takes you down a path, and it wakes your ass up in a different way.
I think living alone is the key of life, man. If you're a man out here, you're living alone, bro. That's fucking freedom and the best fucking feeling ever, man. Like just having your own place, and you don't have to deal with someone fucking telling you, oh, I don't like that TV over there, or what, or some shit. Like,
no, that's what I was, because dude, there'd be times I'd be just trying to cook food, and I'd be like having to work my ass off all day, and then like she'd come home all mad at me because I leave a salt shaker on a certain side of the counter, or like I didn't do the dishes, or like some shit, or like the sheets off the bed, and like every single time I'd come back home and just be like some bullshit after a while.
Damn.
Like when you fall out of love with somebody and it's like shared, like it's just like the constant back and forth is miserable.
Of course,
God, yeah. That sounds like an old married couple too. That sounds like one of those
dude,
sitcoms.
Yeah, when I was like, I'd be there, I'd be like 20. I'm 24. Like I'd be like talking to girls online. Probably shouldn't be doing that in a relationship, but like fuck it. Like I mean, like who doesn't? But like I'd be looking at my options in life and I'd be like, why am I here? Damn. And then I finally just left.
Yeah,
that's good.
But what got you into music, bro? Like
music. So like I started off as a meme rapper in like sophomore year of high school about like 7-8 years ago. under the name Little Toilet Paper Roll. Dog shit ass music.
Little toilet paper.
I walked into a store and I was like, what's a rapper name that nobody got? So I wanted to choose something random in a store. I chose toilet paper. Probably because that shit was ass.
Literally, right?
And then I like stopped doing it because I was like, this shit's just a gimmick, you know? Like I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
And then I quit. And then I started writing music when I felt sad. Because I was always depressed and like the whole meme rap shit was just trying to like, I've always, if anybody that knows me always knows, I always be making jokes and stuff. It's usually just to like try to brighten the life up that I hate, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I try to like make jokes or just constantly be all like into that edgy humor shit just to like cover up the fact that I'm like really like broken inside. But like I started just writing music about how I felt. And then it started connecting. I made this like song with one of my friends back in the day, and I got a bunch of traction on SoundCloud like randomly as fuck. Like we just back in the day you could upload a song on SoundCloud and it would just randomly like go on some algorithm on it and it would get a bunch of listens and people were fucking with it. I was like, oh, maybe if I talk about my emotions more, it's a better route. So I kept going back and forth from doing that to like not doing that to like trying harder, and just like I constantly was just writing songs all the time. And then eventually it was about, I want to say 2022 is where, no, wait, let me think. 2024 is where I first started getting traction, because I had been like actually grinding for a few years at that time. And I had this song called 2 Different Lives that like popped up on the algorithm, and then like I started getting a bunch of followers and fans and stuff. Where I was like, oh shit, this is my moment, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool. Like I felt like I was blowing up. And then I got into that relationship, and then everything tanked bad. Like it literally fell off the face of the earth. And like, yeah. And then I moved back, and then I get signed, and the music's been like doing good. And I feel like I know I'm a talented musician now. So it's like I can just like write a song and just freestyle and do my thing now. And it's like, it just flows. So like what I call it is autonomy, you know? Like when I try to write a song, I don't try to write a song. I just write about how I feel as if it's a journal, and everything just flows like.
Yeah, I was hearing your stuff too, bro, on IG, and it's pretty good, bro. Like it's really catchy. Like it's still in my head too. Like I was here like a couple of days ago, and you had one where like, here's alone or something. Like I was like I felt the emotion on that shit, bro. It's like some acting shit, you know. Like I felt like the sadness in you, bro. It's like, man, I ain't trying to be sad right now, bro.
I speak from the soul, you know.
Yeah. But it's really good, bro. And your work is pretty awesome too. So
thank you.
You're gonna be the next Mexican XX Tentacion, bro. You're Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So you mentioned something in the beginning that I didn't catch until now. You said you grew up in the foster stuff?
No, I was adopted. Like I was adopted as a baby.
Oh shit.
So I wasn't like a foster child, but I was just like adopted from birth. Yeah.
Do you think that like influenced a lot of your where you feel like you're at right now? Like
yeah, if I wasn't adopted, like I would probably be living with like in some random place in Mexico right now with my birth family. And like definitely not making music, and definitely like not having the opportunity I have now. Like I'm really grateful. Like it feels like I was just like the universe like chose me to just be dropped into this place and then give me this path to opportunity where I just got to figure it out myself. But I feel like if I wasn't adopted, I would definitely be in a different place, you know?
Damn.
Yeah, for sure. But that's an interesting thing, because we talked about it before too with I don't know if we brought up on the pod, but somebody last pod was talking about the foster system and all this kind of stuff, and we see around us in California how they say like 70%. I think there's a statistic: 70% of the people who are homeless are either in the foster system or they're veterans or something like that.
Yeah.
And so you don't know how like messed up this whole rabbit hole goes with the people who they have maybe they have no connections, and it goes back to like the Disney movie stuff, you know, where like a lot of the Disney movie characters are orphans and they don't have that parent background. A lot of the Disney characters, it's a recurring theme. And then once you look into like the secret societies and Epstein, all this kind of stuff, you realize like they do kind of prey on that demographic a lot. And a lot of times they call them people who are almost invisible, or like
because nobody will say anything about it.
Yeah, it's almost like they even could do it to women too, where they have women that are in secret and they the women bear children, and these children can become politicians and stuff like that. But they're born into that world of secrecy, right? With no paperwork, no trace, no schooling. They're not in the public system. They're just like invisible people that can be taught and made to do whatever they do, right? So I think this is a deep, a little Easter egg when people talk about when actually just with the Disney movies. I think Disney Club 33, all that kind of shit. This is like
I did a deep dive on that the other day because
Yeah, yeah.
number 33 is very prominent in that
Like the
realm.
Masons?
and the
Yeah.
spiritual
Yeah.
realm. So I think it's just an interesting thing, and it's not funny, but it's crazy how you look around you and it has real effects on the world, and you see it with the ICE stuff, because they say a lot of the ICE detention centers, there are a lot lot people.
Well, you said I?
ICE.
Oh,
ICE,
I thought you said I.
I
thought you said I.
But that
You
works
got-
too.
Yeah,
That works
you got
too.
the triangle. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you said I.
No,
the
no,
I
no.
stuff. Okay, yeah.
ICE.
My bad.
No, yeah.
I misheard that.
No, yeah, the ICE stuff, because they say the ICE people are being mistreated, and they're being fucking held up in these
Yeah.
facilities, and you don't know what's going on with them. They're being disappeared.
See, I don't do too much. I don't look too much into that, but from things I see online, it goes really deep. Where it's like, when I see videos online where they just put people into unmarked cars, and like they say that they're just officers, but like, does anybody really know that? Like, they're just like dudes that in masks, and they put them into like marked cars, which is really, I see those videos online, and they don't look AI, and it seems really creepy. Like, what's happening to all these people? Because if they have like no voice per se, where they're not documented in this country, like who's like standing up for them, and that is pretty scary.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's the thing that we talk a lot
It's
about.
kind of crazy our government can just allow people on our streets to just, because like what stops like those masked people just from just picking up somebody that is got paperwork and just like silencing them? Like, that's really scary to think about.
Yep.
Yeah.
For
And
sure it is.
that's crazy, but that's an interesting story that you have, and then you've been bouncing around with in Connecticut and Texas and all this shit, and you're still a young dude. What made you actually take down this path of like being a musician? Like, is there a sparking moment for you, like that you're like,
I realized I can't like work a regular job, it's just like my spirit, like I know I'm meant to like help people through my music. Like you said, you were feeling the emotion.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole goal of everything I do, is for the listener to feel my voice and like feel a connection to something that they're not able to say themselves. And that's why I do everything the way I do it, is because like I can't go like making music all on some happy shit, because like I'm not a happy person.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have a lot of trauma and a lot of bad shit I've done and been through, where it's like I don't really like, I can't go on the microphone and start talking about like, oh yeah, like we in the club and we got diamonds and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like that.
and like all flexing and shit, like, because that's not my life.
Yeah,
Like, my
yeah.
life is just like a lot of trauma and like fucked up shit. So that's what I like to talk about in like a poetic way, where the listener can feel less alone when they hear my voice, and know that there's like a safe place where they can like be by themselves and just like listen to my music and like feel more in tune with themselves. That's the whole goal of everything I do.
Damn. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's well said, bro. Because
for sure.
yeah, for sure. Like people nowadays, bro, I feel like everybody's fucking depressed nowadays, bro. It's
God
just like
damn.
Especially
they
because
need
it's hidden, bro. Especially because the life we live in, like, where it like glamorizes all this bullshit. People like get lost in it, and like
Yeah.
once they're like away from their friends, like everybody is depressed. Like I thoroughly believe that.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, sure, there's a few people like the nepo babies out there that probably got some sort of just like no way to feel depressed, but for like most of us that aren't nepo babies, depression is like all that there really is
Yeah,
beneath the like veil.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy as
Well,
hell.
I think there's still a way. I think there's still a way for people to escape, and the people to not feel like too
That is
fucked
true.
up.
There's a lot of people that are in like peace and harmony too.
Yeah.
But I feel like the majority of people,
Yeah, there's a lot of people, because it's what we're fed with the media, with all this shit, and it's like that's another question that I had, like looking at your stuff and even your name. I was wondering about what to call you, because you're like, oh, just call me Worthless, call me Worthless.
Yeah, it's
And then
Worthless.
I was like, well, man, that's an interesting name. But in a way, people say a lot of times the people who talk about like love and light, a lot of times those people are the most, some of the most depraved people you will come across.
It's because it's an ego thing they do,
Yeah.
where like they feel this desire. Because sometimes people try to divert their energy into like that whole like love and light, but really they're just like monstrous people. Like, you know, like
Exactly.
the same type of bitches that got the Bible verse in their bio out here sucking every motherfucker's
Yeah.
dick every day in a week.
It's the balance of it.
Type
Right,
shit,
yeah.
you know.
People like people like let's say yourself, right?
That's-
People like you who you're obviously you have this aesthetic to you where people will be like, oh no, I don't know, but
Everybody gets a lot of people on the internet. They all get scared because they just think I'm all demonic and shit. But the whole
Yeah.
time, I just play into like what organized religion is demonized, and I just kind of play into it. Because if people really knew the truth to like what I stand for, like they would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like when I talk to people about it, they're like, oh yeah, like that actually kind of does make sense. But I like playing into the metaphors and making people think it's what it is when it's not. You know, like that's why I put a demon on my neck. I don't know if the
Damn.
camera can see it. Like it's just like people
Yeah.
don't realize the true meaning of like what an actual like daemon is.
What
you know?
inspired you to get your tattoos, bro? Like,
I was off drugs. I see this symbolizes the I don't know if that can be shown
yeah, I
like
think,
that.
yeah, I
You
think
can see it.
you
The
can see it.
trident, you know, powering through the skull, like the trident flowing through the body and mind.
Yeah,
And then it says lost soul across my fingers with 666 with the upside down cross and a 444 with the cross to symbolize duality. So I have this is a shitty tattoo. The person that did this did a really bad job. It's one of the first few tattoos I got.
Mm.
Yin yang with the fucking
Oh yeah.
demon wing and an angel wing, you know, like balance.
But I was gonna bring that up. That's why I brought it up, is because it is true. Like sometimes, like even organized religion like Christianity, you see what they've done to the world. And
Yeah.
then even like you
Poison
said,
it.
you brought up the women,
Sometimes.
how the women who have their Bible verses, like they're sometimes the most like this or that.
It's the energy of Yahweh. Yahweh like blinds all, you know? It's the
Yeah.
false light. People think that have you ever like talked to somebody who's Christian and they're like, oh, you know, if like you don't believe Jesus died for your sins, then you're gonna go to hell. And they just assume you're a bad person, and it doesn't matter what sense you try to talk to them. See, I respect people if they have that belief, but like don't come at me saying like that I need to do that, you know? Because that's when
Yeah.
people get charged with
Yeah.
that energy. You can really feel that whatever Holy Spirit that they worship and are connected to is blinding them and not letting them even see any other possibility. And that's what I firmly believe. I've had so many instances in public where people come up to me and they try to act all friendly, and then they like do the whole like, oh, do you know like the Lord and Savior? They hit you with that same
Yeah.
line. It's like they're all possessed by the same like false light. And it's what it kind of
Yeah.
makes me angry sometimes. But I try to be chill and just like I got friends that are Christian and I respect them for their beliefs, and I don't try to change people's beliefs. But like I don't like when people try to come at me, you know, for that shit, you know, or like
Yeah.
judge me.
Yeah, I think it's just everybody's personal journeys, and everybody has their own state of consciousness. Like
Yeah,
their
that's what I like.
development.
That's what I like
Yeah.
to like just let flow. And then some like I just had so many bad experiences with people trying to like do the whole like, oh, you know, if you're gonna go to hell
No, yeah,
if you don't believe
yeah.
this and that,
That's
you know.
crazy. Yeah, that's wild. Nobody even knows it unless they've been there and back. Then they can tell you.
Like
But,
we're living in hell. This is hell. Like if you really look at this world, this is hell.
And
What could be worse than this?
but at the
Yeah.
same time, to be fair, like in the logical duality sense, if it's hell, it could also be heaven, because it has to
Sure.
both have to exist together.
Yeah.
But, then
Basically.
what's left is your own consciousness to decide. But I do think if you have one, you have the other. It has to be both. But both of them will be true too. So I do think there is both what you make, because you're like the observer behind it. So you can create both of those things. But
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is that bringing back to your tattoos, because you have facial tattoos, and they say that if you look at a woman with a butterfly tattoo, not to
Yeah.
not to hate, because
Dude,
I know
I've had exes with the butterfly
Not to
tattoos,
hate.
bro. It's bad
not
news,
to
bro.
hate, because that's like a lot of people, right? I'm not trying to hate on you, but I'm just saying
That's
that,
one of the.
that softness, like that nice vibe that a butterfly has. A lot of times it's because people want to portray that like softness, but a lot of times those people you come across might give you unpleasant experiences. But the people, right?
Yeah,
The
definitely. I
people
could
with
name a
the-
few girls. Give me some unpleasant experience with butterfly tattoos. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. But the people with the demons and the horns and the thorns, a lot of times they'll be like very chill, pleasant people. So that's how you see the duality of life and the duality of people, is like you can't judge people like that. And a lot of times people hide what they really are behind a nice little mask, right? And a lot of times people show themselves as like this angry or this maybe almost scary person to other people, but in reality they're like the nicest, chillest people, and that's what you see in life a lot of times. You know, that's what I see too.
That's
And
true.
I think that's just an interesting thing, because I wanted to ask about, when did you choose to get your facial tats, your face tats?
Like my first one. So it was just literally like the lettering. It says, see, this is where I was on drugs. I put sad. I forgot what side. It says sad, reborn, and then like fallen angel across my forehead. Those are like my first side. It was just the wording, like the lettering, you know, in the death metal font.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got the what's it called? The one, I think it's on this side where it shows. Is this where the biohazard one is?
I see like I think wings. It's like wings, or I don't know.
On the face. I don't know. It's
Okay.
one side or other. It's got
I
like
think
a
it's on the other side.
I think it's probably on the
has
other
to be, yeah.
yeah, it's got like
that
the
side.
biohazard
Yeah.
logo. Just because
Oh,
like
yeah?
I was like, I'm a toxic motherfucker, and like people always get mad at me for it. So I was like, I'm gonna put a warning label on my fucking face.
That's funny.
That was the reasoning. But see, I was off drugs. I was like, let me just slap a giant warning label on my face so people just stay the fuck away from me. They can't get mad at me, you know.
But to do that, you have to have awareness of yourself. And
Yeah, I have a
that's-
lot of
yeah, there
self-awareness
you
because
go.
I'm kind of a shithead sometimes. It's
we
like
all are.
Yeah, we
'Cause
are. For sure.
like I learned, I was realizing this the other day, like as I'm 24 and been through all this, I was like, you know what, maybe I do have abandonment issues, and then it causes me to get into like relationships and like destroy them within like a week nowadays. Like I can't, I'm like, I made a joke to myself, I'm like, Mr. Can't keep a girl for more than a week, because like I'll start talking to someone, getting to know them, and then I'll just like get like schizo, and then just like assume the worst, and then just say a bunch of random shit that I don't mean, that because I'm losing my brain, and then I'm just like, fuck, you know. Like,
Funny, bro. That's funny. That's good. At least you know. But a lot of these people don't know.
Yeah,
And that's what we say on this pod too, bro. Me and the homie over here, man, we never claim to be perfect or saints or nothing, man. We talk a lot of shit. And hopefully at least some of it could help people out if you're listening to it. Use what works and throw away the rest, bro. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's basically our message. And because we've been through our own shit too, like, and you learn and you try to share it. That's the thing. And it's almost like with you, with your own personal struggles and how you feel and how you share it, and you try to create it into art.
yeah, with music, and like that's how I try to like see. My personality sometimes gets a little chaotic, but if you like separate the music from the artist, you know, and just like listen to the music, you'll feel like what the real like purpose of my existence is here for, you know, through sharing the pain and giving someone like a safe place to feel less alone through the art.
There you go.
I'm a chaotic person, like in reality.
Do you think that did you ever, like, for example, did you ever realize like at a certain moment you're musically talented? Like, I wonder how that works, because I was always like, I feel like I have an ear for music, but I feel like I probably don't.
I used to think I sucked because I would always second guess myself. I remember when I was younger, I would send everything that I make. I'd make a song, I'd get all excited, show all my friends, like, be like, oh, what do you think of this? You know, like that'd be
Yeah.
like the main question I'd ask everybody, because I was insecure if it was good or not. Whole
Yeah.
time that shit was garbage. Like, if you gotta, I mean, I'll ask my friends nowadays, like, oh, because like I have a bunch of songs I need to pick through, you know. So I'll show a song, be like, should I drop this one next, you know? You know, because like I have too many songs that I could drop, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like more like that nowadays, and like I'll make a song, and like the key to being successful in music is to not give a fuck, because if you're like constantly worried about like, oh, is this good enough, like after like, see, I've been doing this for like 7 years, so I know if a song is half-assed at the moment. So what I mean by not caring and not giving a fuck is you have to like have that autonomy already developed, where like you can just be like that like every single time when you like sing and like write, and then you can know when you'll know when it's good. But having that autonomy to just be able to be like, yeah, this is it, you know, and like not like overthink it and just put it out and share it with the world. Like when you like don't, it's like, I don't know, it's like a push and pull effect. If you push too hard, you're not gonna get what you want. But if you just kind of like find a balance and like not really care too much, you know, that's when everything like flows better.
And have any like big producers in Hollywood, have they hit you up or anything like that, or you stay away from that kind of like?
I mean, I wouldn't say a Hollywood per se, but I worked with some cool producers that are like, you know,
Yeah.
like some really cool producers. No, I wouldn't say like Hollywood like that, you know, because people kind of be living all over nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole thing of like everybody's got to be in LA is kind of like slowly peeling
dying.
back. Yeah, because people like everybody comes to LA and then they realize like, oh, this is not the vibe. I've talked to a lot of people where they're like, they live here for a bit and they're like, especially like right in like downtown. That's like hectic. I could never. I don't know about y'all. I couldn't be like. Sometimes I'll go there like every once in a while, like once every few months or something. Me and my friend were walking around Chinatown and what was it called? We went to it was that old historic street with like all the little Mexican shops.
Olvera?
Yeah, Oliveras. Oliveras.
Something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I went there. We walked around and it's like I was like, oh, this is cool. And I told my friend like, oh, this would be cool to live here. But then when I really thought about it, I was like, I don't think I could live in the city.
Oh hell no!
Like the traffic, like I need to always stay out the way.
Yeah, I can definitely not live
for
in-
me, you know.
Yeah,
I just
definitely not live there for damn.
because it's
sure,
like
bro.
too chaotic, you know. Like you want to go like get some groceries or something, and then you got to walk through like a busy street,
Yeah, of
and
course.
it's like I don't know. Just
That's always busy too.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you know, like talking about Hollywood, that's why I bring it up. There's like what's her name? Grande? What's her?
Ariana Grande?
Yeah, her. Like she had like a music video of like massacre, like with the chainsaw, and she was like just like slashing people. And she has like blood all over her face, and it's
that's
just
pretty
like
cool.
yeah. And I was just like, bro, like didn't this girl like talk about like romance? And I never listened to her fucking music, but
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
like the industry, a lot of times though, like if you really, I did a deep dive and like a lot of like the big, like the superstar pop stars, a lot of their like Lady Gaga especially. I was watching a bunch of her music videos. She has a lot of like demonic occult
uh-huh.
themes into the.
Yeah.
Little Nas X, bro.
Oh yeah,
Dude, it was like
yeah.
shaking ass on the devil. bro.
Yeah, you see that shit? Yeah,
You
it's
see
like,
that shit?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
that
like,
one song, bro. It was just crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to listen to Lil Nas X. I ain't hating, but
yeah.
like music video is crazy, and I'm really into that stuff. So I was like, okay, not the shaking ass on
Yeah.
the devil part, but like into like demonology and like occult theme stuff. That was a little intense for me, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a little crazy.
The
or
Lil
what?
Nas X video is a little intense for me.
What do you think is the purpose of this? Because I know that you made a post the other day that I brought up earlier. Is that what had me laughing? It was like a day or two ago. This was randomly posted. It was like, well, I'm the only real rock star alive. Every other one is gay, basically.
Hey, no, I didn't say that. I said I put the
You put
rainbow flag.
You put the flag.
I put the
Oh, yeah,
rainbow
yeah, okay,
flag.
Yeah, he didn't say, yeah.
You put
I'll
words
go
in my
back.
mouth.
Yeah,
You put
yeah.
words in my
I'll go
mouth.
back on that. I'll
You
go
put
back on
words
that.
in my mouth. I said I
He
put the
said
rainbow flag.
Every artist is the rainbow flag, and
Oh.
then that shit had me laughing, bro. I'm like, damn, this guy he was on a good one, but I was wondering what do you like? What
I
do
mean,
you mean
I'll
by
stand
that,
on that, bro. Like, fuck yeah. I'm like, who else out here really being like a true rock star? Like, everybody out here trying to be brand friendly, trying to be all politically correct. Bro, I'll shit on that shit 10 times over, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what my true fans, like, love about me. And, like, I see that, you know, people love that I'm, like, raw. And, like, I just am me for the people, you know? Like, if I did this for me, I'd be making, like, commercial music where it's, like, could be like, you know, brand friendly and like I would be like straight edge and like come on here talking all like really just chill and professional and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you saw online, like I always be crashing it online. This is who I am, you know?
Yeah.
I get depressed and I get like schizo and I go crazy and I have nobody to talk to. So I just kind of like say how I feel at the world, you know?
Mm.
Like anything I've ever said, if it ever pissed anybody off, you can go suck a dick. Times 2. Like, fuck it. I don't give a... Like, what do I have to lose? Like, I've tried to kill myself so many times. This is where I get, like, crazy. Because it's like, I've tried to kill myself so many fucking times. And, like, almost died so many times where it's like, when that happens, you just free yourself from reality. Because, like, what is there to lose? I've already wanted to lose his life before. Like, 10 times, 20 times over. So,
Damn.
like, what do I have to lose by just being me? You know? That's what I like to show people. You can just be yourself. Like, fuck authority. Shit on authority.
Yeah.
Who's one of your biggest influences? Did you ever have like oh, this guy was dope, this and that?
Aleister Crowley, and then Marilyn Manson, and then like X.
Mm. And have you worked with any like artists that you really wanted to work with? Have you worked with them?
Yeah, Fat Nick for sure. I'm trying to like make some more shit happen. It's just
That's the dude with the podcast, right? Fat Nick.
yeah, he has the podcast.
Yeah.
The Nicky Gordo show. Shout out to he be speaking his mind. I fuck with that shit. His podcast is
for
fire.
sure. Yeah, that dude looks like he's hella funny. But yeah, talking about that demonic shit, bro. Like, have you ever got into like that witchcraft shit? Like,
Type shit.
yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah. Like, cause
I don't know.
I'm like, I always thought like because we meditate and we do like just like what is it, seven chakras and shit like that. Basically like the Zen shit. We love. Well, I love like it. It's like really you can control your thoughts and it make
And
them
clear your
reality,
mind,
bro.
like
Yeah,
flush
yeah,
out all the like noise.
yeah. Flush out all the stress, all that. If you're
And
depressed,
breathe
all
in
that
good
shit, bro.
energy, breathe out all the fear and anxiety, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and I always thought that was really like intriguing. So I like even with witchcraft. Have you ever seen or like not done some crazy shit, but like how they always say like if you like sacrifice this, I'll give you this, like the devil deal, basically, bro. Have you ever
I mean, if anybody looks into my eyes, you'll see like death, you know? Like
uh-huh.
you'll see what people like to say is called soulless. It's really just I've learned to like shift myself from this reality, you know? Like I feel like witchcraft is like it's like a demonized term, you know? Like it's more just like being in tune with the ancestral practices. If you do any research, see like my culture is tied to like Aztec, you know, and like if you look into like what any like the Nordics and the Egyptians and like every single ancient society, they all did magic. And you like I just anybody listening to this who think I'm crazy, see y'all crazy because y'all don't even like practice the same religion or same practices your ancestors practice, you know? Like
and that magic that they do it gets them like further in life, right? Or it helps them out with this situation.
See, with the Aztecs, they were a thriving society, and the Mayans, they were a thriving society. You know, when everything went to shit for them is when the Spaniards invaded and found that they had all this gold and stuff, and they invaded them. So I was doing a lot of research in this. They got invaded and forced to be Catholic, and it's so crazy because, like, you know how like Catholicism is the main thing in Mexico nowadays.
Yeah.
But don't you realize that wasn't there before? Like people practice like magic, and that's like the main like practice of that land. And then because the Spaniards invaded it, if you think I'm lying, research, like this is all real.
Yeah.
To the listener, you know?
Yeah.
But like it's crazy to me, especially when people come at me for how I am, you know, like all I do is just embrace what my ancestors would do.
Yeah, no,
you know?
yeah, because
What
like
was your first encounter with that? I guess you could say the witchcraft. Not even witchcraft, but like spirituality.
It was like way back, because I would be like, I said this on the Full Community podcast too, but it was when I was like younger, because I grew up getting bullied. I was like the fat kid in school, always getting bullied and shit, and just like didn't really have friends, just kind of like always try to like be funny to overcompensate shit. But I'd be sitting in my room, getting high and shit, and staring at the walls and staring at the shadows, and just like I would reach out. I would be like screaming and crying at the walls, just like in the dark, total like black room, just like asking for like help from something, you know? Because I grew up going to church and praying, and I saw how that didn't do shit, you know? Like it didn't have any real power to get me where I needed to be. Like I didn't want to be like some like blind sheep that just follows the people around them and what they do. You know, I wanted to like find like a real truth to this world, and I started like talking to the shadows, and one day they talk back. That's how I like to say it, you know?
Damn.
Yeah. But what I'm thinking too is I looked into a lot of this, a lot of the occult stuff, and I do realize what I got into personally was more like Eastern spirituality, like
Buddhism.
I would say like more like I think the yogis in India figured it out. I think the yogis in India figured.
Is yogis similar to Buddhists?
Yeah, they do similar paths, but there's something called, I think it's called the Yoga Sutras, which it's somebody, I think it's a guy named Patangli. He wrote a whole book, and that book, the Yoga Sutras, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, he broke down all the spiritual paths a person can take. And within this book, it's a system, it's a scientific step-by-step process of each path you can take, whether it be dark, what people call black magic, sacrificial magic, what people call the light path, the path of devotion, which is emotional path.
Did they talk about the Kabbalah?
Yeah, it breaks it all down, because the Kabbalah is just it could be broken down within these understandings, right? So it's all broken down. So they all do, like the Masons and the Kabbalists and even the yogis and the mystics. They all practice an aspect of like non-dualism. So they use duality, but they're coming from a non-dual sort of lens. And it's like, because when you're in the world, you have to be physical. There is light and there is dark. but within your own consciousness, you realize it's a oneness. So it's all just a play, right? But people can take this understanding and they could say, okay, well, I can be non-dual, but I can be the I can make my way because this is all just my play. So that's where you get these people who exploit people and they do all these things and they get their way. And then there are people who are more, I guess you could say, the more spiritualist, emotional with empathy, where they're like, oh, everything is one, so you have to take care of everything.
I love everything,
The
like
earth,
the super.
yeah. So it's both of those things have to be true, because once you get into that non-dual space and light and dark both merge, and you can take what path. But so that's what you see around you with the Masons and with these gurus and mystics. It's they understand all these understandings, but they have one of them has compassion, and the other is more of well, I'm going to get my way. I'm going to exploit what I can because this is my playground, so to speak. And so it's just what path you want to, what way you want to approach that. And everybody has their path, but I think that the real thing is the misery that you're experiencing in this life is the deciding factor. So if you want to live this life and you want to take a certain path, I think there's an aspect where it is within your power that you can enjoy it, and you can actually, if you're not attached to it, you can still enjoy people, enjoy everything that there is. But it's just like you do kind of get the results of the path that you choose. And so you see, you mentioned the nepo babies, and I feel like the nepo babies might be the most suffering out of well, not the most, but they might be suffering in a deep way, bro. Because if you see all these Hollywood kids like Jaden Smith, Kylie Jenner, I'm pretty sure there is a curse that they feel like they have.
Yeah, probably. I would say that too. Yeah, they probably
Because-
have a curse.
Yeah, because
Even Shia LaBeouf, not to cut you off, but even Shia
you're
LaBeouf, he said, which is crazy to somebody to a normal, I guess, a normal average human, right? Shia LaBeouf saying, he has a quote. He said, I wish I could just work at Home Depot. That's like
You
my
see,
goal.
that's the polarity. That's I don't know how to word it, but there's
You're right. Yeah, it is that.
you got the I don't know, that was the wrong adjective. There's the people that like work at Home Depot that are like, oh, I wish I could be rich.
You're never
And then
happy.
people that are like rich, they're like, oh, I wish I could just like work a regular job. I feel that way with like sometimes like with the music industry and stuff. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I could just be like a full-time drug addict.
A full-time?
Yeah, like I don't even like gotta entertain or be like be on because sometimes I like have days where I'm like I can't like I don't post reels for a while because it's like I look at it and I'm like I don't really want to do this shit. I mean I want to. It's just like I have moments where I slip into that mindset where I'm just like fuck. I just want to do like like just throw my life away and just like literally die. But
Damn,
it's like an in and out. I feel like people go through those moments where they're either grateful or they see the bright side of things or like have hope, and then like people have those days where they go through like all the like negativity. It's like.
And speaking on that, because before we started, we were talking about how these deals and how in Hollywood they have these deals and the Masons, and I think you asked me about if I knew any Masons and things like that, and I can't say that I do. Maybe we've all met them. They're like very normal people.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
they're in society.
They're in society.
I just don't think it's as evil as the world tries to paint it, because I think there's like other organizations that are the ones doing the really weird shit, like that we hear about and then like online and stuff. I don't feel like that's always Masons, doing that kind of stuff.
That's crazy too, bro. Because talking about the Masons, and you said there's like I think there's some they're all
Everywhere.
scattered in
Yeah,
Orange
everywhere.
County, but there's a like the famous thing in Garden Grove. It's called the Strawberry Festival. I think it starts in May, and they have like a parade, right? And when I was smaller, like I would like see some like old dudes in like these small carts like Mario
little
Kart,
go-karts, yeah.
like little go-kart, whatever, and then they would have like a weird hat. It kind of looked like Aladdin kind of fucking hats, bro. And I'm like, what? I'm like, and then they had like a
Kivas.
Is it them?
Shriners.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I think
and and they're like part of
Shriners.
the Masons too, right?
Yeah, it's a group of master masons. Yeah, that's what the Shriners are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and these dudes are like out here like with like having the time of their life on the street, bro. They're like having, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like as a little kid, like I don't know who the fuck they are, but they're probably like doing some weird ass shit behind that shit. But you pointed that out. I was like, man, that's pretty crazy,
Yeah, they
bro.
pop up everywhere. Once you pay attention, this all pops up everywhere. It's just like most people don't have the eyes to see it, and that's kind of.
Oh, look at a dollar bill, you
the
know,
stuff
the
we talk
pyramid
about.
with the eye, you know, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and even the pyramid, all these things are not evil. It's like
Yeah, it's not. It's just like literally America was found on masonry. Like
yeah.
our founding fathers were masons, you
Even
know.
the Mexican Revolution. If you look into the Mexican Revolution, all of the Mexican leadership, a lot of them were Masons. A lot of them have all these ties. Even Napoleon, they all end up being 33rd degree Masons, and it's just once you see past it, you know there's secret understandings and there's secret networks of people that help each other out. And they obviously, it's like I think you brought it up too. It's like when you make a deal to get these things and to be seen or to get accolades, there is a price to pay. And I think in the lower levels of their organization, that's where they might not know everything that goes on, but once they get to a certain point, there's a certain information that they do get. And that's kind of what makes sense with what we see around us. And there's a lot of shit going on. And I think a lot of people who don't believe it, it's in our face. They put it in our face all the time with the movies, Eyes Wide Shut, the Epstein files, like uncovers all this kind of shit. All these, just look into the politics, look into the fake histories. I think, and it's not, like I said, it's not all like super evil, but my point is, there you have been lied to a lot, you know, and I would rather somebody tell me the truth.
You know what's crazy? I did my own research, and I don't want to say this on camera. I'll tell you after about like what really World War II is about. Let's just say like the world has been lied to about what that was all about. That's all. I don't want to do it. There's certain topics and things that I don't want to bring up on.
Touch on?
But I'll tell you off camera because it will blow your mind, and you can share it off your own research, you know. But
right.
like,
Damn,
but I was doing a deep dive because there's a lot of things about World War II that people don't realize. Like a lot of people couldn't really say what really started World War II, and I was doing some deep dive about certain topics I've already. Let's just say I've already seen in books about, you know, and things like that. Let's just say World War II is not what you think it is, you know. That's all I'll say.
Damn,
I can't say it on camera. It's too much. It's too deep.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all that witchcraft shit. Oh, well, not even the witchcraft. Like, you know, the Mexican culture, it's like we practice like la brujeria, basically, bro. Every culture has their thing. But it's like, you know, we talked about it in the podcast too. It's like, you know, you go to a brujo that they call so-called witch doctor, and then they, you know, give me a limpia, basically like, you know, wash all my, you know, like the bad luck away, and
it's powerful and it actually works.
Yeah. So,
you know?
Yeah. So it's like people make it so taboo, and it's just like
demonize it, which is literally, see what Masons do is they just follow a path similar to the ancestors did, you know. That's why people are so confused by it, and like organized religion sometimes doesn't really understand what's going on with that. Like all magic is just tapping into what your ancestors would do, you know. And that's what people don't realize, you know. Like I feel like the world really needs to wake up to the fact that like magic or witchcraft, I mean, sure, you walk into a little crystal shop, pick up a little spell book, yeah, that shit's all fugazi, bro. That shit's some bullshit, bro. Like like the crystally bitches and shit that are like do shrooms one time and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I see the world, and like, oh, I'm a witch now. Like, nah, bro, just chill out. Like, nah, like real like magic and real like practices is all just tied to like what your ancestors would do, you know. It's like if people did their own research and take their own time to really do that deep dive and follow that rabbit hole and realize that you've been lied to, like most like literally like what I was saying, like Mexico was conquered, like the indigenous people were conquered and killed if they didn't follow a certain religion. Like, I don't think people realize that's what happened, because it's true, you know.
Yeah, you know what? True. Do you think it's true? Like I'm sure you performed like on stage before. Do you you know, like some of these artists out here, like they're like Metallica, not Metallica, but like emo, more like hardcore.
My first show, I'll cut you off real quick. My first show, I lit one of my ritual candles on a Polaroid picture of me covered in my own blood.
No,
on my first headlining show in LA. Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
And what like Ozzy Osbourne was doing too, is biting the bats' heads and all that kind of shit.
G.G. Allen, the legend.
Yeah.
You know about him?
Ozzy Osbourne?
No, G.G. Allen.
No.
GG Island.
You
No.
gotta. He's a crazy motherfucker. I aspire to be like him on stage, but I can't. There's certain things you can't do nowadays. You know, like that was back before there was social media like that. You know,
Yeah.
You
It's like,
what's the biggest crowd you've done so far?
it was. I was opening for Mexican OT when I was out in Texas.
Oh, shit.
3,000 people out there.
Damn.
Oh, not bad.
It
Hell
was
yeah.
crazy because he had me go on right before. Like I forgot how it was. Like he was on the mic backstage. He was like, "Oh, this is my little homie Wrthl, you know." And I
Damn.
like hop on stage, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Bro.
that's crazy.
It was a cool. It was at that time. It was like the coolest day of my career because I was like, that was like the only good thing that happened in Texas. Is I had connections out there, you know, with the old manager and stuff, and it was pretty cool.
What's your biggest song like that you have that like the biggest hit basically?
I feel like Toxic Waste is the one that's like most popular online. I have this song called Rainbow that's my most streamed one though on Spotify.
When did you get like that big push? Because right now you're what, like 23K followers on IG?
Something like that, yeah.
Did you get like a big video that like made you push, or was it like a slow burn?
It's been a slow burn over the years, but like I was at like 10, 11. I think I was at like 10K when I moved back from Texas. Cause like I lost a shit ton of followers because I'd be crashing out worse than I do nowadays when I was out in Texas. Cause I'd just be like shit faced chasing death in my room, just posting crazy depressing shit, you know, cause I was like really lost out in Texas. Like, but yeah, I think it was just me. What got the traction was me just singing in my car. Cause it's like I said, you have to not give a fuck. You know, when you try too hard, you know, do you ever see those artists that promote themselves with constant, like high quality edits where you don't see their personality, where the whole page is just like high quality stuff where you don't really get to see who they are. Have you seen that before? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
just
industry plants. Almost.
just like, you know, like the people that just be running Instagram ads on their music, you know,
Okay, yeah,
like not even industry plants, like people that like just they just try to make edits and stuff, and like people want to see a personality. So then when I was posting videos of me singing online, people get to just see like the raw me, where it's just I'm just sitting in my fucking car in my room just singing. That's what when I was singing my song Toxic Waste, it was like I was trying to find myself, but I never had a chance to breathe. That was out of key. Holy shit.
Yeah.
my throat hurts right now. That was out of key. But see, I'm not perfect, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just would post the videos of me singing, and I got traction, and that's what really like blew me up when I came back, you know.
Damn.
That's
Like,
dope.
and then I did an X cover. I dug 2 graves for us, my dear. That song, I did a cover of that. That shit blew the fuck up too. Like, I was trying to do more covers, but I don't want to be like a full-on cover artist, so I just might do them here and there, you know. But
Yeah, you have an interesting voice. I came across one of your videos when it was back then. That's kind of how I started following you with when Mexico lost the World Cup. Bro, I felt so fucking bad. And then what are your thoughts?
Oh, wait, my music helped you fade.
Yeah. You were singing, and I was like, God, I reposted it, and I felt like this is how I feel right now, bro. Because that fucking World Cup, bro, that shit was exciting. And
I lost money on that game, man. I felt the same way, bro.
There you go.
Damn,
And then I
bro.
posted that shit. I'm like, God, that's how I feel right now. And then the homie tapped in. He hit follow, and I'm like, fuck, bro, we're gonna have to get this guy on. But yeah, he seems like a really fucking. You seem like a really chill guy, bro. You seem laid back, and
I'm pretty chill until I get upset, and then I do something bad, and then I'm like, fuck.
But there's a lot of people like that. That shit. They don't need a whole all this other shit. They just need a fucking a can of beer, and then you're fucking. They turn into the next
the next demon.
The
out
next
here.
demon. You get the demon. I know a few of them like that. And
One beer?
Yeah.
1 or 2 tall cans, and then it's a
Damn.
wrap for them.
See, I just be drinking straight tequila typically. That's my shit.
Damn.
I'll drink a pint of tequila and be like, I want more. And then once I get more, then it's when bad things happen.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
speaking on that, I want to talk about that you said that if you do certain rituals, like we don't have to get into specifics, but if you do certain rituals, you say there's always a price to pay, and that's kind of like something that we've talked about many times. We cover that, how there's certain people who they want to go back on deals, right? And then you see stuff happen in their life.
Oh yeah, you can't once you get into like people that try to turn away from the path, it always comes back to bite them. You can't do that. You can't like utilize something so sacred and then try to be like, oh, never mind, or like
go back on it.
You know, like that's just like you're not really meant for it. You don't have a true spark if you do that. You know.
What do you think about the Charlie Kirk thing? You think he cut a deal?
Yeah.
I think he cut a deal, bro.
Yeah, he did for sure.
I don't know. All I know is I'm trying to get some Kirk right now, bro. I don't do too much. I don't really be into the whole Charlie Kirk thing. I don't really look too much into it. I really don't know about him. Nah.
But yeah, it's like you do it's like the muerte, like you do you ask it for something and you
oh yeah, she's tied to the goddess of the underworld and like the Aztec culture. So like she's really powerful. Like yeah, you can't turn your back on things when you like are the one working with it, you know.
Yeah, because if you do, like she'll take some like one of your most loved family members or something like that, right?
I don't know about that in specific, but it's just you don't want to like, if you don't feel you have a true spark with like, you know, magic, then it's not for everybody, you know.
Yeah, because there's I know I know a girl that you know, she was like kind of crazy, and she told me this crazy ass story, bro. Like, so she did like the witchcraft. She read a book and she opened like I'm sure these fucking weird ass.
Did she say what it was?
Nah, she just I forgot the name.
That's why you can't be messing with like meddling with stuff. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing.
She was just telling me that she was reading and it was like in Latin, like Latin words, whatever. And then basically what is that, like that's
sigil?
Yeah, the sigil right there. And she put candles, and she thought it was gonna be a game, and she wanted she was also playing like the Ouija board. So she was like doing all this shit, and she thought like, oh, it's just fun and games because I want to learn about this. And she opened this wrong doors, bro. So she ended up almost going crazy because she started seeing like people, and then like witches, not witches, but like fucking creepy ass spirits that were just like fucking with her. Like the door would open, like just shit that you see in the movie exactly. And then she thought it was a dream, but you know, it was her like life. It was her reality. She didn't really know if it was like she was dreaming or it was reality. So it was like making her like almost schizo, bro, you know?
Yeah.
And
break down that experience, to break down the experience of the schizos too. If you look at a lot of these paths, the spiritual paths, a lot of times the beginning is actually very boring, which is why a lot of these people who go into the plant medicines, like sometimes these people do go crazy. Not all of them, if they don't do it in a sacred way. Sometimes they do go crazy because they don't have that I guess you could call it like a training ground. Because sometimes you do have to be able to sit outside and watch paint dry. You have to be able to sit outside and watch the grass grow.
Yeah, like be patient with everything, you know.
Because then when those experiences start to happen, then you realize what's you and what's not. And so when you know what's you and what's not, then you know there's nothing to really necessarily fear when you're centered in yourself. Because when you're centered in yourself, you are the power. You're the power that they want. You're the power that anything wants. Like your consciousness, your centeredness is what is everything, right? It's like that I am. So when you're centered in that, those things that you're afraid of, the ghosts, the demons, this and that, you should be more afraid of a living person than these disembodied things. Because these disembodied things, they really don't have that volition, that will that you have. The human will is actually extremely powerful. Like somebody who's not even spiritual can use their anger in a moment of anger, and they could actually cause harm to you in a energetic, mental way and whatever, just by focusing on you. Like, for example, I've brought this up before, like just I like to run at the park, and I notice I just take the same path every time. So when I run, I know when there's somebody behind me, just because they're comparing themselves to me and they're focusing their energy as me as a target. So I just feel that like, I feel like, well, this feels different. I usually know how I feel in a certain spot, but this particular time it feels different. So then I look back, there's always somebody behind me. Because in their mind,
your intuition.
In their mind, they're using me as their goalpost. They're like, I'm gonna run faster than this guy right now. That's what I feel. So what I'm saying is the human will and the human attention is much more powerful than a lot of this other kind of stuff. But
Mhm.
these other things are tools that people can use. It's just like using a phone versus using your energy, right? So I can do a ritual. That ritual is a metaphor for using my phone to send you a text. So I could do a ritual to send you a message or send you something, and maybe yeah, you'll get it. Or I can do it in a peaceful state of being, in an energetic way, and I can send you that same message. So that there's different technologies, different things you can do, and once I start opening up for me in my life and seeing what's available, you just start to see how this is plays out within media, within politics, and how in school they make you believe it's like the most dumb thing ever. You know, it's like they make you think all this shit is the most um, it's the most crazy thing. Like they think you're a crazy guy because you start feeling these things, you start seeing these things. But that's the thing that I would say is like, yeah, everybody, if you don't have that basic level of being able to go to the beach or go into a fucking hike nature and just sit there and not fucking go crazy, that's like a good baseline to get it involved. Because if you get involved in another state, it might throw you a little, it might knock you around a little bit, and it might play psychologically with you.
Mm.
Because that's why these monasteries, they make people clean, they make people mop, they make people fucking play with rocks and sit in silence for 8 hours a day, because then they won't get knocked psychologically from these
Meditation's
things.
really powerful. See, I be meditating. Like before I came here, it took me a bit because I was like meditating first because I needed to like clear my mind of everything. It's like good to sit
It's
still, you know?
definitely,
Big
definitely,
time.
definitely, and that's I think that is the path forward, because we're going through a new phase in this world, bro. And the people, yeah, man, the fucking this technology is wild, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, the AI shit, huh?
This technology is wild, and we're going into like the Matrix world. I think your boy Danny was talking about the Matrix when we had him on.
Oh yeah, last time,
Yeah,
right?
shout out to
Yeah,
Danny. Shout out to Danny and Cisco
yeah,
for hooking, for linking all of us up, and for making all this shit happen. And I'm
for
glad to
sure.
tap in with
With
the
the
homie
homie here.
Worthless. I don't even
Yeah.
like calling you Worthless, but
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know the problem I have, like on touching on the technology thing, bro. You got robots you could fuck nowadays, but
Yeah.
I lose cell service when I drive down a certain road. Like that needs to be
Mm.
fixed, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like how can technology is like kind of going like it's like they don't go in the right direction, bro.
They
The
want you to pay
technology,
more
bro.
for that shit, bro.
Bro,
That's
they
why.
need to have like cell service in all spots where you can just
Yeah.
like play music sometimes, you know.
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
Like I be trying to do some shit.
yeah.
You be trying to do that. So
Well,
what?
I be writing music. I'll be trying to play a beat off YouTube, and I'll drive down a certain road in my area, and I lose service, and then my
Mm.
phone stopped working, and I'm like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah.
Like, technology is backwards, bro.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
that's a
But
fact.
yeah, it's like taking a deal with the devil. It's also like you know that influencer, that bro that just got the Mexican influencer that just got killed. Fucking a random
Oh, the TikTok streamer.
the-
Or the
I
live
yeah,
don't
streamer?
know nothing about. I don't
yeah.
know nothing about that.
yeah. I guess this fool was like just like chilling. The next you know, boom, they blast him in the head and they just drive off, bro. I'm like, God damn, I've been seeing so much chaos online, bro, and everything. It's just like they want. I don't know if they want people to go crazy or people to be more scared of this shit, but
I
they
don't know.
say
You just gotta be careful where you go. You know,
Yeah,
be careful. Like you gotta be careful who you make problems with. Who you
Yeah,
know, just
exactly.
you gotta move careful in life. You know.
exactly, yeah.
That's
But
interesting. Do you have any projects that you're working on and you're gonna?
I got a song called Sunrise. It should be dropping about the end of this month. One of my favorite songs I made. I made it out when I was in Miami. I was off for like 3 days and no sleep. This is when I first got signed and I got flown out to Miami.
Damn,
And then
nice.
I got to go to this cool award show with my team, and then we hit the studio after. And then yeah, I was kind of tripping, bro, because I had like I had to detox off drugs. So I had no drugs out there. I was freaking the fuck out. I was freaking out the whole time because I thought I didn't have shit. So I was in the studio. I was like, "Fuck it, this is like my moment where I have to like all the work I've done my whole life. Like this is where I really got to showcase my talent, you know."
Yeah.
So I was able to like lock in and like it was a cool experience in the studio. I got to work with these cool producers out there. It was this huge studio. It was crazy. Like it was the biggest studio I've ever been to in my life. It was so cool. And then I made this song out there, like the middle of the night, you know, finally it's gonna drop. So I made this
Nice.
back in like March or something. So
That's
It's
badass.
finally
That's
coming
cool.
out this month. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Everybody, stay tuned for that. So what's your IG again, bro? So people that be hearing.
x.wrtlss.x. Worthless.
Nice. There you go, bro. Yeah.
Originally, what you consider yourself originally from California, right?
Yeah, I was because I grew up in California. Like, even though I was adopted in Texas and then lived a few years in Connecticut, I grew up in Cali. Like, I'm a Cali boy, you know.
Hell yeah.
Even when I was out in Texas, the whole time I'm like, nah, I can't be no country boy, bro.
No country boy, no Texas boy.
Nah, fuck that shit.
That's facts, that's
Not
facts.
for me.
But,
bro. We'll end it off.
Yeah,
You have
well-
anything else you want to end off on, or anything you want to touch on?
I feel like that's it. Just be yourself always. Don't let nobody tell you you can't be yourself. Like, shit on authority. Live your own life, you know?
That's facts. That's facts. Good
Hell
shit,
yeah, bro. Yeah, well, much success to you, bro. I hope next time I see you, you're gonna do much better, and you're gonna be at the position you want to be in your life or your career path. And we just Foo-ology, you know, we just fucking nothing but the best of you. You want to see nothing but the best of you, man.
Thank
But,
you.
Yeah,
For you too.
we all good and love, man.
And we gotta tap into. Maybe we'll get an outdoor one in the future, like you said. Maybe
Yeah,
like-
when it's not as hot. It's too hot.
It's
Maybe-
too hot.
So we'll be
yeah.
sweating, bro.
Maybe
Nah, we know some badass spots, especially around the.
Yeah, big time. Yeah,
badass
maybe
spots.
next time we could do a ritual on on the podcast.
Maybe we can do it live.
I got you.
You know what we can do though? We can.
Which
pull-
one of you is willing to die though?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
If you guys can like do rock paper scissors and like we can make this happen. You know?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But
Well, what?
I think
What do you get in return, bro?
you get in return, you get all you want. Or what?
Nothing. It's a
Oh,
joke.
yeah. Okay.
For real, we have some good ass things, and some actually that brought me to some good ideas that we could talk about off camera. But because I
Oh,
have
for sure.
a lot of people hitting me up telling me that we should do like true crime stories and different type of shit.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And so
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like some cool scenarios.
I'll give you a good topic to do because like I said, I don't want to say it on camera to be the one to say it, but you could be the one to like deep dive on this. When I give you the information, go crazy.
All right,
Yeah, damn, for sure.
We'll
But-
tap in with that, bro. But it's good having you on. It was a interesting conversation with the homie.
We wish you nothing but the best. Like I
Thank
said,
you, brother. Appreciate you.
Foo-ology podcast. We're out. Everybody have a good one.
You guys want to do it though?
Foo-ology podcast. Support independent media. Link is in the bio. Here it is. Foo-ology podcast. Peace.